Let's make stat predictions for the Dallas Stars and the Detroit Red Wings for the upcoming 2026-2027 NHL season. Starting off with the Dallas Stars and with the forwards, we have Jason Robertson. Last season in 25-26, he played 82 games, had 45 goals, 51 assists for 96 points. And he was shooting a lot. He started off cold, then he really heated up during the season. And there's a lot of noise around him right now, a lot of trade rumors. He actually denied two trades, one to Seattle and the other to, where was it? I don't remember. But basically, he denied two trades. We don't know what he wants. I kind of do know what he wants. I think he wants to stay in Dallas and sign long term, but it doesn't look like that's what the team wants. So there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding Jason Robertson, which is why I can't really expect him to have that good of a season, even though I think he's very good. And also, he's going to get all the ice time in the world. But yeah, so for the upcoming season, I gave him 84 games, back down to 32 goals, 52 assists for 84 points. So still a point a game player, but like the goals, I can't expect 45 again. Yeah, like I think he should be around a point a game player. I realistically, Jason Robertson could be hitting 100 points, especially with the ice time he gets. But the uncertainty and the fact that he had two down years before this past season, which was great for him, I have him projected lower. Next is going to be Wyatt Johnston. This past season, he had a career year with 82 games, 45 goals, 41 assists for 86 points. Wyatt Johnston always plays all 82 games, so he's a very reliable option in fantasy hockey, which is why I love him. Also, the 45 goals, 27 of them came on the power play. He shot over 21% and was a minus player. So I love Wyatt Johnston, but I don't think he can repeat the year he just had goal scoring wise. I do think he can still put up around 85 points, but the 45 goals are way too high. He's good. He is super good, especially on the power play, but 27 power play goals, no, maybe more like in the 10 to 15 range, I would see. So I lowered his goals and gave him more assists to compensate. So I give him 84 games, 34 goals, 51 assists, 85 points. I think it would just be one like kind of bad year for him in the way on his progression course, let's say. After this season, I would expect him to get back up to 40 goals, but the thing is, if he's going to score 40 goals, I'd like to see him shoot more, because I think last season he was right around 2.5 shots per game. That needs to hit 3. Like, he needs to shoot 3 times per game for me to like comfortably project him for 40 goal seasons. Next is Mikko Rantanen. Last season, he was pretty much injured with 64 games, 22 goals, 55 assists for 77 points. I think the goal scoring was too low. Mikko Rantanen should be around a 90 to 100 point player every season, but I would expect him to be more in the 35 to 40 goal range. Uh, so yeah, not much to say about Miko. I think he's settling in Dallas. He gets also a lot of playing time. Um, yeah, so I expect him to get back to his old ways in the way of 84 games, 38 goals, 60 assists for 98 points. Kind of unfair that I didn't give him the 100 points, but I could easily see him crack 40 goals this season. I just don't know if the assists can go up any higher, especially because I'm expecting goal scoring regressions for Jason Robertson and Wyatt Johnston. Next is going to be Rope Hintz. He had an injury riddled 25-26 season. He only played 53 games, had 15 goals, 29 assists for 44 points. I think that was very, very disappointing for Hintz because he's a very skilled player. He's super fast, and the 15 goals especially are way too low. To me, Rope Hintz should hover around a point a game every season and be over 30 goals at least. Now it all depends on health, right? Because he is injury prone. Um, but I have hope for him, and if Robertson and Johnston are gonna have down years by their standards, I expect Hintz to take a bigger part of the offense. So I give him 84 games, 35 goals, 36 assists for 71 points. Now it's still not what I would like to see from him, but I think it would be a step in the right direction, especially if he played a full season. We'll see if it happens. Next is Matt Duchene. Last season, he played 57 games, 16 goals, 29 assists for 45 points. Uh, the points per game are nice. He also was injured for part of the season. He had a horrible start to the season. Now he's getting up there in age. He's gonna get all ice time also, so his numbers shouldn't go down too much. But I do expect the goal scoring to remain about the same. So basically, I gave him 84 games, 21 goals, 42 assists for 63 points. Still pretty solid, especially for the contract he's got. The final forward we're going to talk about is Tyler Seguin. Last season, he only played 27 games with 7 goals, 10 assists for 17 points. Listen, Sagan has dealt with injuries, like huge injuries in the past couple of years. Hopefully that's behind him and he can have a full healthy season because he's going to be in a contract here, so if he wants to keep playing, he needs a big year. So I give him a very good contract here in the way of 84 games, 26 goals, 32 assists for 58 points. So out of the players on this screen right now, I think the top line power play would be Robertson, Johnston, Renton, and Hintz, and probably Duchesne. But I could definitely see Sagan getting some power play time. If it's not on line one, definitely on line two. He should also get plenty of top 6 minutes. So I think the 58 points are doable. I'm just not sure about the 26 goals before because, like I keep saying, old players tend to see their goal scoring go way down. So yeah, hopefully Sagan can reach those totals. Moving on to the defensemen, we're gonna start off with Miro Heiskanen, my favorite player. That was a joke. Last season he played 77 games, had 9 goals, 54 assists for 63 points, and that was very good for him. He bounced back from a down season. Um, but I don't think Miro Heiskanen should be on the top line power play. I think 63 points is not very realistic. A lot of those came on the power play. Um, I expect and bro, I expect a down year again for Heiskanen. Sorry, and I think he's 3 years away from unrestricted free agency. I call those like pre contract years. And yeah, like my logic is like in the last 3 years of a contract, like players have a very good like alternate good seasons and bad seasons. So he had a good season last year, so I expect him to have a bad season this coming season. So I gave him 84 games, 9 goals, 36 assists for 45 points. So quite the drop off. I left him with the 9 goals because I think he can shoot more, which will compensate for the high shooting percentage. Kind of high. It wasn't too high. I think it was around 6%, but like slightly too high. And the 36 assists, like if Robertson and Johnston score less, Heiskanen gets less assists, right? That's my logic. Next is Thomas Harley. Last season, he was pretty bad. He had 70 games, 6 goals, 30 assists for 36 points. Now, I think Harley should be on the top line power play. I think he should be the guy. And I would expect that this coming season. Like, play Harley on the top line power play and play Miro on the top line PK. Like, you have a good 1-2 punch. Now, Harley Harley was supposedly dealt to Columbus this offseason for Zach Werenski, but Werenski did not waive to go to Dallas, so Harley stays. I don't know what that does for him. Is it are things gonna be awkward in the locker room? Like, there's some question marks in Dallas this season, and they lost some depth. They traded Maverick Borg. I think that's going to hurt them. Their defense is not very good. So, in general, I expect a regression for the Stars. But Harley, I could see him playing on the top line power play. And if he does, he should get right back to the numbers he had before last season. So, I gave him 84 games, 13 goals, 35 assists for 48 points. So, just like Heiskanen, nothing crazy. I give them like similar point totals depending on who plays more on the top line power play. We might see a bigger gap between the two of them, but I do expect Harley to be the offensive guy out of the two. Next defenseman is Niels Lundqvist. Last season, he played 52 games, had 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. Realistically, Niels Lundqvist should be nowhere near a top four defense in the league, but in Dallas, he is. And that's why I think they're going to have kind of a rough season. Regardless, I give Lundqvist 84 games, 2 goals, 16 assists for 18 points. Um, I don't know what to say. Like, it's mid. It's mid. Next is Esa Lindell. That's their best defensive defenseman. Last season, he played 82 games, 6 goals, 26 assists for 32 points. And you know what you're going to get out of Lindell every single season. He's super healthy, he's super consistent, he is always around 30 points a season. So I just gave him more of the same with 84 games, 5 goals, 23 assists for 28 points. And the slight reduction in points is reflected. It is caused by the lower offense the team's gonna generate, I expect. Now moving on to the goalie, Jake Ottinger should still be the starter. Last season he played 54 games, had 35 wins, 6 overtime losses, 4 shutouts, and 1 assist. Now I do expect a regression. His save percentage wasn't very good. Let's start there. It wasn't very good last season. And this upcoming year, I expect him to win less games, and I don't know that scares me in regards to his save percentage. But I hesitated because Otter's a very good goalie, but like goalie stats are more of a team stats than anything else. So I gave him 56 games, 32 wins, 9 overtime losses, 2 shutouts, and 0 assists. So I do expect a regression in general for the Dallas Stars. Moving on to the Detroit Red Wings, starting off with the forwards. Last season, Alex DeBrincat had a crazy career year in the way of 82 games, 41 goals, 44 assists for 85 points. Um, I DeBrincat was kind of hard to predict because his shooting percentage wasn't crazy, but he was shooting a lot. Now, is he gonna shoot less this season? I don't know. He is also in a contract here. There's also uncertainty in Detroit with Steve Eiserman no longer being the GM, Dylan Larkin requesting a trade and all that. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I think the 41 goals and the 3.7 shots per game were too high for DeBrincat. And I think he had a pre-contract year, so performance, which is why he put up 85 points. I think he should go back down to his old ways, and I'm kind of put him even lower than that. I gave him 84 games, 28 goals, 32 assists for 60 points. Now that's pretty low. Maybe I'm being a hater, but I think the goals should be around 30. Now, my question is more about the assists. If Detroit can generate offense, if Raymond can start scoring more and so on, maybe he puts up more assists. But yeah, I don't expect a great season out of the Brinket this coming season, but at least you know he's going to play all 84 games now. Next is Lucas Raymond. Last season, he played 80 games, had 25 goals, 51 assists for 76 points. Raymond has become a very solid player. He's never hit point a game, but I think he should be hitting it. So I just gave him 84 games, 28 goals, 56 assists, 84 points. I do believe his goal scoring should be slightly better. Should he be shooting around 19%? Probably not, but I think he can shoot more. He can shoot more and score more. And if the Brinket's gonna score less goals, I expect Raymond to pick up some of the slack. So I give him 28 goals and his first official point a game season. Next is the captain, or is he still the captain? I don't know. Dylan Larkin. Last season, he had 74 games, 34 goals, 33 assists for 67 points. And Larkin's a solid two-way forward. He is slightly injury prone, and he tends to have one good goal, like he alternate good goal scoring seasons with maybe slightly less good goal scoring seasons. So I just lowered the goals and adjusted the point totals. So I gave him 84 games, 32 goals, 36 assists for 68 points. So pretty much the same range, just slightly less goals. Next is Victor Arvidsson, the newcomer. Last season in Boston, he played 69 games. Nice. Had 25 goals, 29 assists for 54 points, which was a contract year performance. If you ask me, I don't expect him to score that many goals again and to have that many points per game again. Um, Even though I like Arvidsson, I think he's got a good shot. I think he would be better fitted on the third line than on the second line. But in Detroit, he's gonna have to play in the top six, and he's probably gonna get top line power play minutes. So I think the points should be there. My only question is about goal scoring. So I lowered his goal totals with 84 games, 21 goals, 34 assists for 55 points. Um, is he what Detroit has been missing? Not necessarily. Can he be a pretty good addition? Yes, but he's also aging and he's an intense player, so I don't think he's gonna have that much longevity in the league, but we'll see. Next is Emmett Finney. Last season, in his rookie year, he played 82 games, 13 goals, 17 assists for 30 points. Um, I don't really know what to think about Finney. He was a seventh round pick. He's super young, but he doesn't look that great to me. He did get some top 6 minutes last year. He should be getting top 6 minutes this year, along with some power play time. Um, so I guess we'll see what happens with him. I just gave him a slight improvement on his numbers, but do I expect him to all of a sudden become a 60-point guy? No. Do I expect him also to fall off and play on the fourth line and get like 10 points? Also no. So I just gave him 84 games, 15 goals, 18 assists for 33 points. I do like his potential, but I don't know how much potential he's got. Hopefully he can become a top 6 forward in the future. Next, we're going to talk about Marco Casper. Last season, he played 81 games, had 9 goals, 10 assists for 19 points. He was a minus 20. He had a horrible season, but the good thing is he wasn't a healthy scratch. He played 81 games, which tells me Todd McLennan has confidence in him. He will play him in games at least. Like sometimes he plays on the fourth line and doesn't get much ice time, but at least he plays, right? So if this season, like, let's be real, he was the eighth overall pick in 2022. He has a lot of potential. He should be the second line center. Like, I don't want to see Andrew Kopp or JT Comfort there. It has to be Marco Casper. And if he's there, he's going to get the points, but he's got to produce. And I do believe in him this season. He should be hitting the 200 game mark, so that would be the breakout threshold. I did not give him a full breakout season, but I do expect his numbers to go way up from what he had last year. So I give him 84 games, 22 goals, 25 assists for 47 points. And I think that would just be scratching the surface of his talent, because I definitely think Casper could hit the 80 to 85 to even 90 points in the future in one season. Let's move on to the defenseman with Moritz Seider. Last season, he played all 82 games, as he always does. 10 goals, 50 assists for 60 points. That was his first 60-point season, and I think that was his first successful season top as a top defenseman playing on the power play. He finally got to generate offense. He had a lot of assists because the power play was good and the Brinket put the puck in the net. Now we'll see who gets to score this year. Sider, speaking of breakout thresholds, Sider's a defenseman, and for defenseman, it's 400 games, and he has played 410 games. So I expect him to have a monster season and fully break out. And I think the offense is gonna run through him as it should. So I gave him 84 games, 14 goals, 64 assists for 78 points. That would be a very good season, and I think he can do it. I think he could even score more goals. I wouldn't be surprised if he was closer to 20 than he is to 10. So I could definitely see him hitting 84 points in 84 games. But with the DeBrinket like uncertainty and the Larkin situation, I didn't want to give him all that. Like an 18-point increase is already kind of crazy. So I'm gonna I'm gonna leave it there for now. But Sider's definitely a guy I'm picking up in fantasy. Next is Justin Falk. Last season, he was traded to Detroit at the deadline, where he played 78 games between St. Louis and Detroit. He had 16 goals, 24 assists for 40 points. The goal scoring was way too high. That was a contract. He was in a pre-contract here, just like the Brinkett. So this season, I'm expecting a big fall off goal scoring wise, which is why I gave him 84 games, 5 goals, 31 assists for 36 points. So more in line with what he did before. I don't expect him to put up 16 goals, especially because he's not gonna be on the top line power play. So, yeah, and he's aging also. Next is Simon Edvinson. Last year, he played 72 games, had 9 goals, 16 assists for 25 points. Edvinson is good defensively. He takes a lot of penalty minutes, which I don't really like. Um, but he plays on the top line, on the top pair rather, with Sider. So just with that, his points should go up. He doesn't get power play time. His shooting percentage was quite high this past season, so I do expect the goals to go down a little bit, but the points to go up. So I give him 84 games, 8 goals, 26 assists for 34 points. Ed Vincent doesn't have a contract right now. Hopefully, he gets one before the start of the season. Next defenseman is Axel Sandin Pelika. Last season, in his rookie year, he played 68 games, had 7 goals, 14 assists for 21 points. Unfortunately, Sandin Pelika is never going to get the chance on the top line power play. So, as long as that's the case, he won't be putting up very good numbers, but he should be in the top four this year. And top 4 minutes, I would expect him to put put up some pretty good numbers. Although I think the 7 goals in 68 games were slightly high because he didn't shoot very much and his shooting percentage was high. But I do expect him to settle in, be more comfortable, and start shooting the puck more. So I gave him 84 games, 7 goals again, 21 assists, 428 points. So, um, yeah, I think he has very good potential. He might not reach it in Detroit, though. Moving on to the goalie, the starter last season was John Gibson, and I expect him to be the starter again. Last season, he played 57 games, had 29 wins, 4 overtime losses, 4 shutouts, and 1 assist. John Gibson is going to be in a contract year this coming season, but for goalies, it's different. Like, their contract years don't dictate much. I think it's more on the players in front of them who are in contract years. So I don't really expect him to have like a crazy season, even though last year he was solid. 4 shutouts is very good. I think he should play more because the Red Wings lost Cam Talbot and replaced him with Daniil Tarasov, so a worse backup. So Gibson should be playing slightly more. Uh, I do expect the Red Wings to hover around the same point totals they've been for the past 2 or 3 years. So probably no playoffs. But with the emergence of Cider and who knows if Raymond takes another step, maybe they improve. But yeah, so I give them similar numbers, maybe a little better in the way of 59 games, 30 wins, 6 overtime losses, 3 shutouts, and 0 assists. I took the assist away because I expect the offense to slow down a little bit. Also, with the departure of Patrick Kane, that doesn't help. But yeah, I don't think Detroit's going to see the playoffs this season, unfortunately. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.